Okay, so this is the test for the Amazing Moments Agency. You're going to get this folder here with a bunch of documents. Of course, you want to go to the Start Here instructions first. It's going to give you a rundown on reading the Gigmaster sample request. That would be right up. Let's get back into the folder right there. Now, it's needed by Google Documents. It should have a separate tab just for that folder once you open it. Sample request Gigmasters right there. So you can look at this first. Just read through it, see what the event is, because we book events, for birthday parties, company events. So you want to see obviously the event type, birthday party, okay, the date. So we can check who is available. Now for the test, we're just going to imagine everybody is available for this day and the time that they want. Venue, okay. The most important thing is the city and state, Easton, PA. And this 49 miles from Philadelphia isn't always accurate. It's more of like if you were in a helicopter flying over. But we want to note what city and state it's located in, what time and the day, and what type of event, and the length of service right down here. And of course, service is needed is important, magician. So once you gather that information, and the client info gets revealed, it's a Gigmasters is like a kind of an online registry. You don't really see it until you send the quote. And the only other important thing here is the client notes down here. It says length is not definite necessity, 30-minute show would be fine as well. So we want to consider that in giving a quote about the 30-minute show. So I have that information. You can write it down in a little scratch pad next to you to get those few details. Go back to my folder and the instructions. So you read through that. So we need to go to the A2. And my goal is myself, my wife Lana. So I do the magic shows. My wife does face painting and balloon twisting. That's going to be the primary people we want you to try to book first. So you go to see how to quote for us in the A2. So I'm going to jump in there. A2. And we see event type does not fit any title. Stop. So that's going to be, there's going to be a thing called bio for entertainers. It's going to have all the information specific to each event type that we generally do to describe what we do, and have a link to the website page showing people reviews and pictures and a write-up about it. So this is important. This is really the first important step right here, maps.google.com. You want to go there. If you remember, the city and state was Easton, PA. So we can plug that in, Easton, PA. Okay, directions, and click the directions tab. So this is our home. We're located here in Sicklerville, and you'll see it on the A2 document as well. It says Sicklerville, New Jersey. You always use that as a starting point for a request. These are most of our entertainers for the most part. Some people live a little bit different areas. For the most part, Sicklerville, New Jersey is who you check first. So we're going to check there first. Whew, it's almost 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes. So that's about outside of our local travel. And you'll see in here, it's so cool how Google makes a separate tab for each file that you open. Click on here, and it says right here, if over 1 hour, find another entertainer to quote along with Michael or Lana. That's going to be the A3 document that you'll see reference to in the instructions. And this is just a note about any magician, local or not local, is going to cost less than what I do. I have kind of different price range and package I offer compared to our other magicians. So the next thing you need to do, we're going to skip the calendar, because like I said, we're just going to imagine everybody's open for this event. If you look at the instructions, I give you a note here, just imagine all our entertainers are open for this day and time. Then you're going to go down to, if it's a personal, don't need to look at that, part 2. So part 2 is going to be going to the bio for entertainers. Now I'll give you a link here that will take you right into the bio for entertainers. And actually, if you just hover over it, it should give you this kind of an option. You click it, it should open up in a separate tab. And this is all the information. You can just search here. Since you know Michael, myself, I'm available, and that's the person you primarily want to book. Type the name Michael. And we know it's a birthday event. If you remember back on the sample, it did mention it's a birthday. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, bio, Michael, and maybe I'll type even birthday. I'll start typing birthday magic quote. That sounds good. Now the BF capital is booking form. You don't want that. You just want birthday quote. You want the quote. And there's a little note here. Only if adults or teens, include this link. So let's go back to the sample. Did it say anything about adults? Didn't say much. So just assume if it doesn't mention adults explicitly, it's just for kids. So I'm going to imagine it's just for kids. I'm just going to grab all this stuff here. And there's even a note here, travel included up to 1 hour from Sicklerville, or basic balloons for travel, it's an hour and a half. So what you do is just copy all this stuff here. You can copy all the way down to the bottoms. I wouldn't copy the signature because you'd be the assistant. It wouldn't be myself sending this out. But then you go over to where you'll be sending this. Now in the sample, it's going to just say send it in the start here instructions. You're going to email me. So what you want to do is you want to email me instead of where you would email this person inquiring. You would just email me with all this information that it says here. The sample text you would send an entertainer to see if they're available. You'll see that mentioned in the A2, especially in the A3 document. It'll say about A3 document. And the two entertainers that can do the job could be myself and someone else. So you would just open up a new email. Open a little tab here. Whatever email service you use, you can just email me. And the email that you want to send to is going to be the info@amazingmomentsagency.com. That is the main company info. You have to write it in by hand for yourself. And you could just put test and maybe your name, you know, EA, and your name. Put your name in there. So you just want to paste that guy in there. You'd also want to do the sample text. So maybe you write at the top sample text message, and it would say, if you look at, I believe, the A3, let's see here. Well, let's keep consistent here with your folder, A3. This one mentions about the text message you're going to send out to people in the A3. Quote for other entertainers. Again, if you remember the note about the travel distance, because it's so far away, we try to find somebody closer. We actually do have people that might live closer to that location. That's going to be in the A1 document. If you go to the A1 document here, it says location for all our entertainers. And just look at the different cities and towns. If you see one in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, PA, there's a good chance that's closer by because this is in Easton, PA. So we have one here and these guys over here. And I put them in categories. So for example, all the guys into this category where it says Central New Jersey, Princeton, they're all in the same general area. So you only need to check one of those guys to see the distance for any one of those guys. And South Jersey is all in the same area. And then this one's just by itself. So you only need to check one under each of these main bold headings to get a feel for distance. And this is all available, so you have a chance to choose whoever you feel you like. And went to the A3, so the format is right here, include. I'll call this text format. Text message format. The day of the week, the date, the city and state, and the time frame. So, for example, hey, are you available? January 8, 2018, Philadelphia, PA, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., balloon twisting. And you want to give the time frame too, so it might be like 2 to 3. Let's say they only want 1 hour, so 2 to 3 p.m. Twisting. That is that. So that's where you would go over and email that information over to me. So this date of the event, I believe, was in January. Got my sample request here. 26th. It's in Easton, PA. So it's 1, 2, 6, 18. Easton, PA. was the time frame? The time frame was going to be, it was in the evening, right? It was 5:30. 5:30 p.m. And most magic shows are about, people want to book about an hour time frame. They did mention about the half an hour show time frame. But mostly we book out 1 hour as our minimum. And then that's it for that. And then the two entertainers, I just wanted you to give me a rundown on who you thought would be a good fit. Entertainers. So for example, you might have Michael, myself, and one other person. This would be another magician from the list. And we want to try and find somebody as close as possible to that location in Easton, PA. So you're going to check that A1 document, check Google Maps, the city and states, and then send me the write-up for Michael. So you can just write Michael under this one, Michael, and the write-up for the other person. You can send that after this one. So you could send maybe this would be the other magician. Don't write other magician, write actually the name of this other magician that you're going to find for this request. Write their actual name here. And then, you know, fill in from that bio for entertainers, find the right type of event in here. And again, use the A1 to find the name of the person based on the location. You'll find the name of the person and plug it in the bio for entertainers folder. Just right here, you can search it and copy and paste. And let's see what else we're asking for in the instructions. What we charge the client, what we pay the entertainers. There are also documents for that right here. Copy of what the client pays. And down here, all you need to do is just go in this what the client pays. The travel, if it's more than, you know, an hour and a half away or something like that, we try to add on a half an hour to the package. So that might apply for the extra entertainer. So we would just go down here. This is only for balloon twisters and face painters. Again, the bold headings are the main headings. You just have to look at those. If it doesn't apply to what you're looking for, you just keep going. Stilt walkers, bold heading here, so we're just going to keep going. Michael the Dad Magician, that is me. That's Michael, me. So this one would apply for me. You would just copy this, paste it in along with that bio information. And then you would also go down to the other magician because you want to find an other magician. And it's a birthday event, so you can look at the birthday heading here, and you can see the rate right here, and you'd copy and paste this as well under the birthday magician, under their information. And that's pretty much the same kind of process for the other one. You want to find out what the entertainer gets paid. You're going to come over here. And same thing, we keep these separate so that we keep clear on, we don't quote the wrong amount to the client. We don't want to quote what we actually have to pay the entertainer directly to the client. We wouldn't make any money. So that's why it's a separate document. And same thing, this is down by persons, by name of the person. If you just scroll down again, the bold is the name of the person, so that's not our magician. You're looking for Michael, that'd be me. Where am I at? Michael, I'm the owner, so I just make the whole amount. You know, the whole amount goes into the company is me. It's all the same, but then there's the other magicians here. And these are all standard, and they get paid a little bit extra for travel distance, so you need to factor that in. But this is the basic rate right here. So you would copy that. And this only goes out to the entertainer. If you look back at the A3, it does mention in there about making sure you verify the rate with the entertainer. It'll say that right in here. As you get further down, once you find out they're available, it's kind of silly to quote everybody and quote the rate. Once they're available, though, number 3 is to confirm the rate the entertainer gets paid in that document. So that would be, you would just write me a little email just saying, okay, so I know the other magician, you know, the rate's going to be this much to the client. I know they're going to get paid, you know, this much. You could say entertainer gets paid, you know, they're going to get paid. And I think that was, let's see what else we're looking for in that sample document back here. Instructions start here, there we go. So the entertainer is the bio information, what we charge, what we pay. And also give me a little rundown on the notes that you would need for that. And we'll just keep it simple here. So write down the notes in the leads to follow. That's just where I keep all of our lead information. It's kind of like our CRM. It's just a Google document. You're just going to imagine the email is that Google document, just to say, okay, and that's in the A2. It'll tell you basically all you need is the event date. So at the bottom here, what you would be writing, you would show me what's going to write in the CRM or the leads to follow. You're just going to write, obviously the event date is important. So you write the event date. You can actually just copy all the information from the text that you would have sent the entertainer. It's going to be the same information as what's up here at the top. Copy that. Boom, boom. Paste it. Done. And the name of the client, which I don't have on hand. What is the name of the client? The name of the client in this case is Brown and Lynch is the venue, I believe. The name of the client is further down. Client info. There we go. Rebecca. So we'd write Rebecca is the name of the person. Rebecca wants the magician, but she just wants a 30-minute show. It's good to mention a little special note like that as well, because that'll be important. So this is that. It's Rebecca. Because there can be more events that come in for the same day. If we don't separate the client names, we don't know which event's talking about which booking. Easton, PA. And she actually only wants, let's say she requested 30-minute show. And any special request, that's something you'd actually want to go ahead and let me know about. And I would advise you on we can do a special rate for that, or if we would just say, hey, this is our minimum. You contact me for anything outside of what you see in that bio for entertainers. When you read through it, if it doesn't cover that exact situation, let me know. That's pretty much it. And then just give me an idea of what follow-ups you would do. So what follow-up actions, reminders would you set for yourself? So you'd obviously want to remind yourself, reminder, did the client see the quote? Did you hear back? They said, oh, it's out of my budget, or they quote it back. Hey, that's interesting. Let me talk to you more about it. Also, did entertainer reply available? And once somebody replies they're available, we also need to ask them, confirm that they're holding tentative. Are they actually holding this event tentative? Just mind my spelling errors there. So that's pretty much it. Just thinking, about it logically. Who do you need to kind of remind? Who do you need to check in with? You need to check in with the entertainers. Like, remember how you said you're available? Make sure you know this is a tentative booking. That's going to be in the A3 about what to do with that situation. And then you're going to want to also, notify me, Michael, what you're going to do with this email. And also check in with the client. So you're going to set up a reminder for yourself, 1 day later. This is like 1 day later. Did the client see the quote? That's pretty much it. Then you just send that out to me. And that is it. And rock and roll. That is how to go through the little test. Thank you.